Protest from some Disney employees, Chapek denouncing the legislation. Disney releasing a statement saying, "Our goal as a company is for this law to be repealed by the legislature or struck down in the courts." That didn't sit well with DeSantis, who this week announced the state legislature would move to strip Disney of its ability to govern itself in Florida.
They also will be considering termination of all special districts that were enacted in Florida prior to 1968, and that includes the Reedy Creek Improvement District.
The district was carved out in 1967 in a deal negotiated by Walt Disney and his family. It allows Disney to provide its own services like firefighting and waste disposal and avoid many local regulations and taxes. With one top Florida Republican tweeting, "Disney is a guest in Florida. Today, we remind them." Disney World's also the biggest single-site employer in the state. Democrats denouncing DeSantis.
This bill is a knee-jerk reaction and a political stunt, which is short-sighted and not well thought out.
Also raising concerns, local communities who have benefited from Florida's arrangement with Disney. They may have to administer these public services themselves and pay for them too. They could become responsible for up to $1 billion of debt. The mayor of Orange County saying his eye is on unfunded cost shifts to local governments. And the Florida House is scheduled to vote on this Thursday. Governor DeSantis is expected to sign. There is no comment from the Walt Disney Company. This is the largest private employer in the state, with some 20 million people visiting Walt Disney World every year. Victor Ocando, ABC News, Coral Gables, Florida.
Victor, thank you. Employees of an Apple store in Atlanta could be the first in the nation to unionize. Organizers say they filed a petition with the National Labor Relations Board to hold a union election next month. One key issue is wages. They say their current pay is below what's considered a living wage in Atlanta. Now, a death-defying stunt that's going to be attempted by two cousins this weekend in the sky over Arizona. They're going to jump out of two perfectly good airplanes and then switch, I guess.
At least we hope. Fingers crossed. According to Red Bull, while the planes enter a controlled descent, the pilots are going to jump out and, yes, switch planes. And after that, they can guide them both to the ground.
The whole thing is supposed to take about 40 seconds. They've been working on the stunts for a year. If you're interested in where and when you can watch it, the stunt will take place Sunday, April 24th. It'll be live streamed on Hulu at 7 p.m. Eastern. I'm sure there'll be a little bit of a tape delay there.
Just in case. I always think about this whenever I see a death-defying stunt, that it's kind of like on larger scale, like gymnastics. Like, how do you first practice something? Like tumbling.
And apparently they've been practicing somehow for a year. Now, it's worth noting that they're both obviously pilots, but they're also very trained skydivers. They were both part of Red Bull's Air Force aviation crew that routinely pulls off wild and crazy stunts. Can't wait to watch. All right, coming up, a special quiz on this National Tea Day.
Plus, more than 6 months after the shooting on the set of Rust that killed a cinematographer, the production company is now facing stiff financial penalties.
Plus, the moment a commuter fainted and fell under an arriving train, her miraculous story of survival next. You're watching World News Now.
Do you have a life insurance policy you no longer need? Now you can sell your policy, even a